For Gabriel Jesus, we have got the here we go. He has been spotted at London Colney, he has passed his medicals and signed his contract, but with there still being no announcement from Arsenal Football Club, do we today have a leaked video of Jesus spotted at the Emirates Stadium? Are Arsenal still in the race to sign Raphinha? What other wide players could the Gunners look to target? And let's get the latest on Lisandro Martinez. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel. As per, I hope you guys are doing stupendous, and as you guys know, smash a like if you enjoy the content, but more importantly, subscribe if you are new. Less than 1,000 away from the big 100k, we are so close, nearly there, and only you guys can make it happen. But into the Arsenal transfer news, and starting off with an update on Gabriel Jesus. The Man City striker, or should I say Arsenal striker. Jesus has signed his Arsenal contract when he was seen at the Arsenal training ground when he passed his medical on Wednesday. And as Fabrizio Romano says, Gabriel Jesus is an Arsenal player 101%. I don't know when the official announcement will be due because these things are up to the clubs, but the documents are signed. Now, Fabrizio Romano confirming is one thing, us getting the here we go, it's fantastic, it's reliable, but sometimes fans need confirmation from their own eyes. There's a saying in transfers where until we see the player in an Arsenal shirt, he's not fully an Arsenal player. So those fans that need that visual confirmation, prepare yourselves because we have a leaked video of Jesus in the Arsenal colours at the Emirates Stadium. Here you guys can see Jesus walking around on the pitch at the Emirates, fully in Arsenal colours, looking fantastic in the red and white of Arsenal. With plenty of cameras following him, it must be for an announcement, but more importantly, looking at the back of his shirt, confirmation that Jesus will be Arsenal's brand new number 9. And you've even had Alan Smith, an ex-Arsenal player and ex-number 9 for the Gunners, tweeting out the photo of Jesus with a caption wishing our latest number 9 all the very best. There's no surprises to see Jesus take the number 9 shirt, but with that being kept in mind, I think it kind of explains why so far we have not got an announcement. To understand exactly why, we have to go back to our last number 9 and Alexandre Lacazette. And where that matters in this case is that Lacazette, of course, despite being a player of Lyon, was still under contract at Arsenal until the June the 30th. When that contract expires, that officially vacates the number 9 shirts, and that is when Arsenal are looking to announce Gabriel Jesus. And with tomorrow being the first day of July, I expect a Friday announcement from Arsenal confirming Jesus as an Arsenal player. No more teasing the Arsenal fan base, no more of these leaked videos, stop starving us. We are sick and tired, we need to see Jesus in the Arsenal colours, give us the interview and give us a very decent announcement. But in terms of Brazilians and North London, keeping it on that, there is another striker that is going to another club in North London that is Brazilian, and that is Richarlison. And in terms of Richarlison and Jesus, they are both of similar profiles, both are full Brazil internationals and both are the same age. I am seeing so many Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans fighting online who's better, Jesus or Richarlison. So here's a cheeky little graphic which compares both players. Jesus has played less games but scored more goals, got more assists, averages a better goals per match ratio, and also has a better shooting accuracy. So on the stats, Jesus is definitely the better player, but of course Richarlison played for a team that was fighting relegation. Jesus is playing for the Centurions, for Man City, a team that wins league titles. Myself, I believe the obvious answer is Gabriel Jesus. I like Richarlison, not anymore, he's going to Spurs, but in terms of overall quality, the link-up play, even though Jesus isn't the most consistent of ball strikers, his overall play in terms of pressing, his dribbling, I think his ability to turn up in the key moments is why I edge Jesus, but of course there will be controversy on the other side of North London, so let's talk about this and have a debate down below in the comments. With Spurs paying £60 million for Richarlison, Arsenal paying 45 for Jesus, out of both of the North London clubs, who do you guys believe is getting the better player and the better deal? Moving on to the drama around Raphinha. So much has happened. First it was Arsenal advancing negotiations, then Chelsea came in, gazumped Arsenal, hijacked the deal, agreed a deal with Leeds United, but then yesterday you had the possibility of the deal that was hijacked being hijacked once again, this time by Barcelona. The latest today from Ben Jacobs, Chelsea have had talks with Deco today to discuss Rafinha's terms. Chelsea knew that after agreeing a fee they had to act fast with the aim to agree terms in 48 hours. Failure to achieve this could give Barcelona an upper hand again. So Chelsea have had their meeting, but despite of that, there's been no reports confirming that Rafinha has agreed personal terms at Stamford Bridge, and that's kind of put doubt in his mind, a lot of fans' minds, and some Chelsea fans are now starting to think maybe Rafinha is actually not going to Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano with an exclusive claims that Barcelona have contacted Leeds yesterday night to submit a new bid for Rafinha, following talks with Deco. Barca have made a verbal proposal, but it does not fulfill Leeds' request. Leeds are insisting on respecting the agreement with Chelsea for £60 million. It's still open on the player side. So Barca have made a verbal offer last night. That was not enough, but with that £60 million kept in mind, today you have the reliable Paul Joyce of the Times saying that Barcelona are set to bid £60 million for Rafinha to steal him from Chelsea. Now if the report is indeed correct and Barca are going to make that bid of £60 million that matches the requirements of Leeds United and having agreed the personal terms, Barca might indeed be about to hijack the deal that was hijacked. But there is a very key part here, and that is in terms of Chelsea's offer. They are offering Leeds United the massive proportion of that £60 million up front in a one-off instalment. I believe Leeds would have accepted instalments, but when you are given the money up front as an option, surely that's what they want to accept. Ben Jacobs also says he's still being told that Rafinha hasn't ruled out Chelsea, but Todd Boehly is not prepared to let things drag on. Chelsea's tactic was to get a quick deal done before Barca can hijack, but Rafinha won't be rushed, and that helps Barcelona hugely. Yes, he might appreciate Chelsea and he might accept the offer, but his priority is definitely Barcelona. It's made me kind of think that as an Arsenal fan, with Arsenal still technically being in a race, do I want to see Arsenal match the offer and agree a deal with Leeds if the player's priority is an Arsenal Football Club? As Mikel Arteta has said in the past, if he has to convince a player to sign for Arsenal Football Club, that player isn't meant to be the Emirates. That doesn't have to always be the case in certain scenarios, but this guy isn't Kylian Mbappe, he isn't Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy is a player who I think is a good winger, would be a good signing, but is he worth the hassle of convincing him, agreeing terms, agreeing a deal? That is all down to your own personal opinions. But according to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal still haven't made another official offer yet. Told that Edu is wary before getting clarity on the situation from Deco. He doesn't want to waste time if Rafinha prefers Chelsea, but again, right now Rafinha hasn't fully decided. A big day is ahead. There are so many fans that want to see Edu make a bid and pay the money, but you know what, I low-key understand his strategy here. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, Arsenal were to match Chelsea's offer. If we were to do that and then the player was to reject Arsenal, it ultimately makes Arsenal look like bigger fools and just waste more of our time. Instead, it looks like Edu Gaspar is playing the waiting game, and that is the case according to Team News and Ticks, saying that Arsenal are waiting to hear from Rafinha's agent Deco. Should they be told that Barca cannot sign him and the player would choose Arsenal over Chelsea, then they will make another offer to Leeds. So Arsenal are saying here, look, we can afford you, but if you don't want to come to Arsenal Football Club, we are not going to make an offer. And as an Arsenal fan, seeing that Rafinha's priority is Barcelona, I can actually understand that. But according to reports in Spain, Arsenal are set to target winger Noah Lang after their failed pursuits of Rafinha. Even if we don't sign Rafinha, Arsenal still will look to sign a wide forward. They have the finances and they could sign a lot of players in that position. But in Noah Lang, a player that is 23 years of age, that was heavily linked to Arsenal back in the January transfer window, with a reported price tag of £30 million or so, he got 16 goals and 24 assists last season. He is a full Dutch international and primarily plays as a left winger. I was seeing some fans say if we were going to sign Rafinha, with him being best on the right hand side, what does that mean for Bukayo Saka? That left wing profile maybe makes Lang a better fit for Arsenal and the needs of the first team. I just think from going to Rafinha to Noah Lang is just a massive downgrade, and even though I think it might be a decent little signing and I could always be wrong, I think the likes of maybe a Cody Gakpo and other wide targets are higher on the list for Arsenal Football Club. But could one of those players be Serge Gnabry? According to Sean Walsh of 90 Min, the Gunners are keeping an eye on Serge Gnabry's contract situation at Bayern Munich. They could make a move for their former winger, with it being likely they will miss out on Rafinha. If you ask Arsenal fans what wide target do you want to see Arsenal sign if we can't sign Raphinha, I would say 99% of the fan base would say Serge Gnabry. And there is some logic behind it, with 1 year left on his Bayern contract and him not extending that. Bayern have made it very clear that if he doesn't do that, they are actively looking to sell him. The price tag is set at 40 to 45 million euros. Yes, Arsenal can afford that, and even the wages at £300,000 a week, they're hefty, but Arsenal can pay that. Personally, I don't believe this specific report, and I say that because what you have here for me is a bit of guesswork. This is a case of Arsenal's need for a wide forward being public information, and with Serge Gnabry definitely being available, I think people are putting 2 and 2 together here, and they're hoping that Arsenal can make a move until I see a reliable reporter, you know, your Fabrizio Romanos, your David Ornsteins, come out and say that Arsenal are actively looking to make a move. I'm always going to be on the fence on this, and I just am not as optimistic as some fans might be to see Gnabry return to the Emirates Stadium. Don't get it twisted, I would love to see it happen, but as things stands, it looks like Arsenal are playing the waiting game on Raphinha. So until we get an answer on that behalf, we are just going to have to sit back, relax and wait and see. Moving on to the race for Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez is a player that Arsenal definitely appreciate, have genuine interest, have made 3 specific offers for, and so far there's been no reports that have confirmed that Ajax have rejected that 3rd offer. The latest from Fabrizio Romano is that Lisandro Martinez is open to negotiating with both Arsenal and Manchester United. For now, Arsenal's interest is more advanced. Arsenal are insisting a lot this week because Mikel Arteta is understood to be a big fan of the player. What Fabrizio is confirming there to me is nothing new. Lisandro wants to move to the Premier League, that's why he wants to leave Ajax. And even according to Daniel Kutz, Arsenal and Manchester United both believe that they are the front runners to sign Lisandro Martinez. Arsenal are pushing to complete the deal, but they won't get drawn into a bidding war. That final part is very important because there is definite interest from Man United, and I believe that our offer on their behalf is definitely imminent. With Arsenal making 3 offers themselves, this bidding war is exactly what Ajax wants, because the more teams that bid for him, the higher they increase the price tag. But there seems to be a reluctance around the Emirates Stadium to enter that bidding war, and I can understand why, because the last thing you want to do is to be overpaying. But in my opinion, I don't think Arsenal can afford to miss out on Lisandro Martinez, and I say that because if you look onto the market, how many other players can you sign for the price tag of 45 million euros that can play as a left back, a left centre back and defensive midfielder at the high technical level of Lisandro Martinez? Ultimately, Martinez is a very unique profile, and that's exactly why Arteta is so keen on the player. My question to you guys is, if Martinez was given a choice between Arsenal and Man United, comment down below who do you think Lisandro is more likely to go to. The agent of William Saliba has facilitated a move for his client Isak Toure, a highly rated young centre-back, to Marseille. Where this links back to Arsenal Football Club is, of course, Marseille are looking to replace a certain Mbappe of centre-backs, and they were trying to sign Saliba, but it looks like Saliba's agent here is coming in clutch, and with them signing a brand new young centre-back, a similar profile to Saliba, surely that is a clear indication that they won't sign William Saliba. In terms of the player himself, he is set to return to Arsenal first team training within the next week, as Arsenal go to their first game in Germany of pre-season. And moving on to the other Arsenal news today, and starting off with Arsenal's Egyptian king, forget Mo Salah, we are talking Mohamed El Neni, as the Arsenal midfielder has been nominated amongst the shortlist of 30 men for the 2022 African Player of the Year. This might be a surprise to some Arsenal fans, but El Neni has had a very good time with Egypt in terms of the African Cup of Nations, making the final, potentially qualifying for the World Cup, so I think that is why he qualifies. Of course, in terms of his Arsenal career, he has just signed a brand new 1-year contract, and he will be at Arsenal come the start of next season. There is no reports of any exit either, and it looks like Arteta will trust El Neni as the backup to Thomas Partey as the number 6. Sunderland have announced the signing of Arsenal defender and Northern Ireland international Daniel Ballard. Ballard is officially a Sunderland player, and the undisclosed fee that Arsenal are getting is reportedly in the region of £2 to £3 million. According to Kaya Kayanak, Arsenal have negotiated a significant sell-on fee into Ballard's Sunderland transfer. So this might be a transfer that Arsenal reap the rewards for in the future. If that is the case, we are going to have to wait and see. But best of luck to Daniel Ballard, who's been at Arsenal for 14 years at Sunderland. And finally, according to ACL Soccer, Arsenal will face Ipswich Town in a behind closed doors pre-season friendly at London Colney on Saturday. Arsenal are set to have their first game behind the scenes of the brand new season up against League One Ipswich Town. There is an expectation that Arsenal will field a lot of under 23s, but also some key important first team players. But with us also having a game on July the 8th next week, I think those players are far more likely to play in that game instead. And maybe in that game in Germany, we might even get a cheeky little debut potentially for Gabriel Jesus. But anyways guys, that's the video there and there. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and if you have, don't forget to smash a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. If you would like to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links will be down below in the description. That was today's episode of the Transfers FC. Hopefully we wake up tomorrow to an announcement of Gabriel Jesus and potentially even Babs14 on 100,000 subscribers. It's mental, it's gargantuan. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Take care and in a bit.